Walking Dead with Joel and Jeremy. My name's Joel. This is Jeremy.
We are brought to you by Comeuppance Network. You can check out all of our social media sites at thishishowtowatchtv.com. Also, email us directly or indirectly at thishishowtowatchtv@gmail.com. And then the Twitter.
Yeah, at _HowToWatchTV. Check out all our other shows, Chronologically Lost every Saturday. We're also currently doing Westworld. We'll be talking Walking Dead every week. And, I mean, yeah, just check out.
Don't get too close there.
What?
Don't get too close to there.
To what?
The Talking Dead.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So I get copyright infringement.
Let's not get...
Talking walking. Talking walking.
Those two words in the same word.
Yeah, you can't have talking in it. So we'll be discussing Walking Dead every week.
So diving right in. Holy shit. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
But yeah, holy shit, right?
No, absolutely holy shit.
Yeah.
I can't think if there's anything else I was trying to whore at the beginning.
I'm sorry.
I don't think so.
I know.
No, yeah,
interrupted you.
Walking Dead discussion.
Stopped you from your whoring.
We didn't do the whole season last year. I think it was the process of moving and just like I don't remember why we dropped
Game of
off.
Thrones, I think.
No, I mean even in the fall we stopped doing The Walking Dead every week, but we're back to it now.
Well, we had some requests for it, so I guess people want to hear us talk about it. I don't know. I mean, you can't get more of an intense premiere. I mean, seriously, like that shit was fucking gut wrenching. I mean, shit.
Walking Dead at this point is the only show. I'm trying to think. Game of Thrones doesn't really do that to me, where I get physically anxious.
I mean, to the point where I'm like pausing it and fucking like getting up and walking around and taking deep breaths and shit.
But can you think of any other show that does that to you?
I mean, Game of Thrones can make me fucking like freak out, you know what I'm saying? But not like this one. This one, the nail biting is just like chewing down to your cuticles. You have no fucking fingernails left. That's what this shit is like.
Yeah, and we were just describing the show to some people who've never watched it and discussing how it's absolutely not a horror movie. Like every week, you know, it's not. I mean, there's gore aspects, but it's not the same thing. It's more about the people,
the show holds up because of the characters.
Okay, so I think we need to do the fandom service by saying what were your thoughts about it being left where it was last year?
I understand why they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, really, like, because. I mean, I guess. So we're just talking full out about it. We're not going scene by scene. Okay.
No, fuck no. Like, I didn't make any notes for this. I know this show. I only have to make notes for these shows that I don't know or chronologically lost where I want to tell every detail.
Right. So
it's free
the only way they
could have any comments.
The only way they could have done it differently would have been to show Abe, and then cut it, and then come back this season, and right there within the first few minutes there. Do the Glenn scene.
Right.
Otherwise, I kind of like the way they left it, and they came back because I'll tell you what a way to kick it off. I mean, I get why they saved it for this premiere. This premiere was. Can you think of this premiere without that stuff at the beginning?
No.
I don't think you would have been biting your nails clearly as much through the episode. There were some tense moments, but I don't think it would have been quite as crazy.
No, it felt
after
at the time.
Seeing that, and then what he did was, it was just like, oh my God, stop, just stop.
Yeah.
Stop! Somebody stop! You know, it was crazy. Like, it was just like it was insane. Jeffrey Dean Morgan was fucking awesome.
I mean,
he did really good.
I was kind of blown away at the scope of it in the sense that never in a million years did I expect them to leave them at the end. I thought, we're bringing you into our fold. I did not think that meant stay where you are and keep doing your thing because going all the way back to, was it Hilltop?
Yeah.
Hilltop and Alexandria. There seemed to be people that they were paying. Remember? That Rick went and hit? That wasn't Negan in them, was it? That was another group of people. Remember that they went in and killed them all while they were sleeping?
No, that was Negan's group. That was just like a cell.
A splinter cell. Okay.
Yeah, because remember the last guy he killed, he was like, are you Negan? When he walked up and he's like, we're all Negan or something like that, and he blew his brains out.
Okay, so that was tied to Negan.
But think about that in like you said, the power dynamic. Think about that as opposed to what it is at the end of this episode.
Right.
What a shift.
I
Because
didn't
you were
expect
like,
them to
Rick
walk
and the
away.
group, what a bunch of fucking badasses last season, you know what I'm saying? When they're fucking putting people to sleep.
I mean, I was really, I was bothered by that, honestly. That was one of the
I didn't really care for it either, but you were like, yeah, what a bunch of badasses. Like, they do.
Oh,
Do
they
you understand
were
the
fucking shit up.
choice?
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah, but
Apparently, Carl's arm is where they drew the line. Come on.
I thought it was gonna happen, dude. Like I'm telling you, that's one of the parts where I had to pause it and walk away. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like I know I can do this, but I don't know if I can do this.
You know what it was? And I'm not a religious type person, but I think it was that you have to kill your son thing. And then all you had to do was be willing to do it, and then he was like, no, you don't actually have to do it. I
Well,
can't
it was
remember which
kind
one
of,
it was, but
it's the story of Abraham and his son.
There you go.
And he goes
Abraham
to
and Isaac, is that his name?
Yes. And then he goes to sacrifice his son Isaac, and he actually goes to do it.
Yeah.
And then he looks down, and there's a sheep in place of his son. But he was going to do it in faith of God. Same dynamic here.
So that's what he's trying to prove, that he's God to them.
At this point.
I mean,
I was going over and over in my head what could happen here. Like, ooh, can they stand up and fight their way out of this? No fucking way, dude. There's no way that if anybody retaliates, somebody else is going to get beat to death.
Okay, now, but here's what could have happened.
Okay,
Rick could have, when he had the fucking axe right next to Negan, when Negan was bent down, like towards the end there, he could have easily just killed him. Now, the repercussions of that, notwithstanding, potentially everybody dies.
Yeah.
Or potentially Rick just pulled a power play and now he's in charge.
I thought about that, but
Because those people obviously need a leader, and Rick would step right into that role. It was just a thought. He probably would have lost everybody, but it could.
yeah, because I think those people
had
with the
the
guns
option.
to the heads would have just been like, boom, you just pulled the triggers right
You
away.
think so? Their boss is no longer there. Now what? Who's in charge?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
quick
Okay.
power dynamic shift. Rick stands up, wipes the blood off of the thing, like flings it onto the ground or whatever, and then it's like,
Right. And then
here's
takes-
what's going to happen.
No, and then picks up Lucille and bashes his fucking brains in, and then
Right.
fucking just steps.
They
in the
could have
road and-
shot him, but it would have been cool. You know, I just kept
But
thinking.
at that moment, though, Negan's the one in charge, the one who gives the orders, the one everybody's afraid of. So at that point, while he's getting beat to death, is everybody just going?
Yeah, like, or are they
Or
shooting
does the
Rick?
right hand man see the right hand man pulls his gun, and
Right.
the guy that's standing, what's his name, Simon, pulls his gun and shoots
Right.
Rick, and then then everybody starts shooting,
And
so,
Daryl gets killed by Dwight.
We're
for
walking,
sure.
yeah, for sure. We're walking through, different options here because this is what I was doing. Like, yeah, I thought about the whole him.
The problem
that-
is, if
when he
he's-
was in the RV, I was just like, fucking do it, get him, fucking take the axe and
When
fucking
he
hit him.
picked it up to do it, that was awesome because I was like, okay, put it down. Like,
Right.
what the fuck? You didn't think he was going to do it, or are you
Right.
really testing to see if he will?
his whole, the look, best line, my favorite line of the whole
Yeah.
episode was when Michonne was like, "We get it, we understand. You don't have to do this." He's like, "Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
I don't think Rick does."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, that was fucking, dude, it's fucking evil. Oh my god." Yeah, he's good.
My concern with that, my want of Rick to have just stabbed him, is that we are deprived that
Of
of the
Jeffrey
whole
character.
Well, yeah. What's the point? It
Well-
can't be another quick in and out. Now, couple Fallout questions here. Who were the ones that were going to do the bullets, the bullet manufacturing? Was that Abraham or was that Eugene?
That was Eugene.
Okay, that can still happen.
Absolutely can still happen.
They-
Absolutely is still in a hip pocket of the storytellers.
So,
At some point.
do you think that that's where it eventually goes, all out war between them? Do you think that's what we're building to?
So that, see, there's
Do you
no...
think we're okay? Let me ask you
No.
this: a better question.
So,
Do you
but
think
he
we're
just
building
sends
to
them
them to them splitting back apart, or that this
Well, yes,
is the new
because-
way
Well, no, he's...
from here on out?
Well, he said, here's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. I mean, he was fucking... I'm telling you, I don't know why that dude is so
He's
charismatic.
yeah, he's very charismatic.
That,
It's
but
the
he
same
is.
word.
He was really good.
We need to
I'm
take
sorry,
a
can we
phone call.
pause for a second?
This is how to watch TV.
So I was just thinking while we were on that little break
We were swinging
hiatus
from
there.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan's nuts for a little bit there, right?
We need.
How good-
I
how
need
good
to
he's
make a
doing.
Lucille, so that we could have one on the podcast table. That should be easy enough. Get
Yeah,
some barbed wire and
wrap
some,
it
and
around
a
the
bat.
thing, yeah.
There's got to
why
be a
not?
bat out in the garage that I
Yeah.
could use.
Yeah.
I think my natural bat is out there still, from the movie The Natural.
I mean, I wish I could fucking do a beard, and then I could like do that for a Halloween costume, get a leather jacket and some jeans and shit, and fucking do a.
it's
Lucille
like
bat with a
stubble-ish
scarf.
kind
yeah,
of
but
beard.
no,
Yeah, nothing.
He had a pretty good full beard.
Yeah, I guess
going
so.
on. But I don't know. He was good. He was very, very good as
I don't want that character to go away, but
You're
I
gonna
want the
love to hate him.
character to go away in the sense that like.
It's going to be satisfaction if somebody gets it.
But it's not, because then it's fucking recycled shit again. Here's my problem. I'm tired of the bad guy comes in for a season and then he's dead by the end of the season or whatever, like the governor. And then, it seems like there's always the big bad and then they're fucking disposed of relatively quickly.
So let's see
I
him
feel like
stick
this
around
one
for a
has
while.
to hang for a bit.
Well, dude, I mean,
I think this world is his at the moment, and
Yes.
Rick and them are going to find their slot in it. But I don't know, man. I don't know that it's going to be. I think it's going to be a while before they're off on their own again. That's what blew my
yeah.
mind about them leaving at the end of the episode, and like
No.
we'll be back in a month. Like what?
Yeah,
So now that
and-
you have a month to plot their fucking revenge? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but he pulls up with a motherfucking army again. The same shit fucking happens. He's probably got spies and shit watching him. Absolutely. That's how he knew where they were going to go, what paths they would plot and all that shit. He knew every exit,
Yeah.
I mean, he's a
But
good.
couldn't they just leave?
As far as tactically, he's
Couldn't
good.
they just leave?
I don't know, man. He's got spies everywhere.
I mean, like gone, like just.
I don't know.
Get out of
they
Georgia.
Tried. They tried to leave. Every path they were tried to go was blocked off on the map. They were completely surrounded.
At that point, yeah.
I mean, I'm not to say that the roadblocks would still be there 24/7, but
And like when they tried to go one way, that was where they came across that field where there were the fences, but it was just like a sea
Right.
of walkers.
another
on the
thing
road.
I was thinking about today. I haven't the W zombies.
The wolves.
That was just the wolves. That was a completely separate group of people.
I think so.
That didn't have anything to do with Negan.
I don't believe so.
Okay, and that's over with.
It seems to be.
Okay.
I don't know.
Haven't seen any more
That's a
zombies
good
with-
question. Does
with-
anybody know what's
with
going on with
W's
the
on 'em.
wolves?
Touch the fucking cat, man. A two little fucking thing. I just scratched his head a little bit, and my whole fucking touched my face. Now it's on my face.
Okay, so let's see. So it says about the wolves that they were a group of hostile survivors introduced in season 5 of The Walking Dead. They serve as the primary antagonists during the first half of season 6.
Okay.
So that means then, yeah, that we've moved on from that.
Again, another bad that was just in and disposed of.
Right. That's my concern.
See,
is
now
like,
he feels like
it feels like
not-
somebody that could stick.
Not the big bad, but the big bad. Like he's the one who sticks around for a while. Even if they knock him off his power shift, he escapes and he's
Right.
coming back to fucking haunt him every fucking, turn. You know what I mean?
I'm interested to see where the Negan storyline goes. Again, if we didn't mention this, we don't read the comic books at all. Much like, Game of Thrones, we didn't read the books when we were watching the show. We watched the show The Walking Dead, and I don't want to be spoiled on potential storyline things from comics, so I don't read any of them.
Because from what they say on the comic books, that they're
They're
said
into season 12
Yeah,
of the comics,
the comics.
and they could go 20 or something is what they said.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous that they have... What do you guys think as far as who will be in it if there were to be... I don't know that this show ever has to end. I don't know that this world ever has to end. The show, maybe. This particular iteration of The Walking Dead maybe has to end eventually.
Oh, The Walking Dead.
But The Walking Dead universe, that's
No.
their fucking Star
well,
Wars.
there's another web series, right?
There's another web
Fear
series?
the Walking Dead, something.
Oh, really? Kind of
Yeah.
like they had the
Yeah.
the side stories for season
Yeah.
or for the first couple seasons of Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Those were great.
Well, even then, it's kind of like that. It looked like there was two completely different characters standing there, but it said web series. So like,
okay,
yeah.
I like those. This is one of those
we haven't
shows
caught
where the
up
web
on
series
Fear
are
the
good.
Walking Dead either, though.
I'm in season 2, episode 10 or 11.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere around there.
The last I remember, was on the boat when he was swimming.
Right. I don't know. That might be
Swimming
spoilers, but I
zombies was
assume you're
fucking-
watching Fear if you're
Was a
watching.
terrifying fucking thought. Those zombies floating in the water and you
Right.
being in the water with them that's even worse than sharks. Fuck that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
They're definitely gonna bite.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't
Right.
even need
You
to
have a
smell
chance.
blood.
You can like punch a shark in the nose and it'll swim away. Like a zombie's just gonna keep coming at you. But it can't like control a controlled swim at you.
I don't know,
You
man.
what I mean?
That show's a totally different animal.
It is.
My favorite episode so far has been season 2, episode 10. And again, if you haven't
I
watched
don't know
this,
if
it's
I've
not
seen
too
that far.
spoilery. Nick is walking through the desert, like So it's just cool to like find. It felt more like The Walking Dead for
Okay.
a minute, where it was like, oh my god, we get to focus
Deserted.
on one character. We get to focus on him dealing with the elements around him,
Right.
and it felt less like, oh, this is just them driving through a town. Now they're on a boat. You know what I mean? It felt
Yeah.
like everything was still going, even though it isn't.
Yeah.
More so than The Walking Dead.
Well,
but I
everything
think
is,
that
like,
this is their
completely-
Star Wars, man. They can forever keep doing different iterations of this show.
And people will keep watching. it.
Of course you will.
Yes.
Because what if just one character makes it out of The Walking Dead? Like
Yeah.
Lilith. Or
It's just
Judith,
like-
sorry. And then you cut to 10 years later, and it's Judith
Right.
with a pack of people. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, she's now the head shit. Like, that could be cool.
Yeah.
There's a
and
million
Chuck
ways you could go.
Carl's
It
the
could
one
be,
like guiding her along or whatever. Like,
it could be any
Yeah.
number of things. It could be completely different characters. It's just
I mean, and,
a world I
going
would
back
want
to
to
Carl.
revisit.
Carl's willingness, dude. Mm-hmm. Carl's just like, just do it, Dad.
Yeah, he's like, it's part of the deal.
Just do it.
I only felt bad for him because he just lost the eye.
Well, that too. That's
If
what I
he-
was like.
if it
oh,
was
man,
just
this
the arm,
poor
fine.
fucking kid, you know.
Right.
And Jeffrey D. Morgan was kind enough to ask him which arm you were using, and then he
No, he
"You-"
said, "Are you lefty?" And he's like, "No." He's
no,
like,
and then
"Okay."
he tied it around his left arm.
Yeah.
because that's the arm that you know.
Right.
And then he tied it here. I'll give you some leverage, because he was going to give him a little bit of a stub to get some.
Yeah.
You know, so it wasn't here, so he just has this. He gave him something to, he could, a bend they could work
Right.
with.
He
you
could
know?
hold the baby probably.
Yeah,
that way still.
you know. So yeah, I mean that scene was really pretty fucking terrifying. Thought about that. I thought Andrew Lincoln fucking killed the acting in that scene.
Right.
The crying, the fucking blowing snot out of his fucking
Yeah.
nose, just every. He
Oh, it was
great.
wonderfully done. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about the death of Abe, for example?
I mean, I get it. He was kind of one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
I liked his whole kind of gung ho,
Yeah.
like
Right,
you
he
know,
had that "I'm
blow
just a
shit up.
badass
Yeah.
military guy"
Yeah.
kind of vibe to
Yeah,
him.
he was cool.
But
You
not
know
in
what
the
I'm saying?
douchey way, you
Kind
know
of
what I mean?
not,
Just-
kind of keep a calm head when shit goes down. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like he knew he got him out of a bunch of his situations. Fucking show up at the right time, kind of guy. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like tough loss.
It was his time.
It was I feel like when he started talking about like wanting to like settle down and like have
It
kids,
was his
I was
time.
like, yeah.
But because this is not a show where we're
I
going to get to
didn't
see
I
a
didn't
season
s-
of Abe and his girlfriend and
I-
everything's happy. And
I
like,
didn't
that's,
like call it or anything, but like one of my initial reactions when I saw the season 6
finale.
end
Yeah.
was when he hit. Was the first person.
Yeah.
Oh, taking it like a champ. I was like, yeah, that might be something he could say to Abe. Abe would be the kind of dude to get
Right.
hit in the head with a baseball bat and like look back up at you like, fuck you.
Like,
you know?
yeah, psh, whatever.
Suck my nuts.
Right, he did say
Yeah.
"suck my nuts."
Yeah.
That's
and
the
then got his
fucking
head beat
best.
in. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what a way to go out if you're gonna go out. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like it would
And the
be
way
super
he was
painful,
like,
but it could be
when
really
when he
quick.
picked him, the way he kind of like put his hands out, like nobody fucking move, like it's okay, like
What Abe did?
yeah, when he was pointing the bat at his face,
Yeah.
you know, and he kind of like,
Oh, telling everybody I got this.
that's what he was like, kind of.
But
just,
he wanted to die, didn't he? Recently.
I mean,
Didn't he relatively
had
recently?
He had a weird thing happen that
Yeah.
was like what maybe he just gave up. But the way he put his hands out, like
Oh, it was after Eugene. When Eugene told him that it was bullshit, that he didn't have a purpose then.
Yeah.
That's when he was like, I'm fucking done, basically.
yeah. So I mean, but I don't know. Abe was a stand-up dude. And the way he
was.
put his hands out, like I said, the way he just puts his hands, like nobody move. It's okay.
Fuck, man. You know what this is
This is
making me
gonna
think?
happen.
What are these characters' purposes? If Abe just served his and completed his mission, what the fuck's like Rick's mission? What is his character purpose? What is he going towards other than safety?
Survival, man.
Like it's really
To
just.
survive at any.
But
and all
why isn't
costs,
that
basically.
Abe's? Why wasn't that Abe's fucking thing?
Dude, the situation at that point was like, there's nothing you can do. Like,
He was just being as stand up as he could then. He's like, I got this. Don't anybody worry about
Right.
it. If he's picking me,
I
he's
don't
picking
know
me.
if he knew like he was gonna beat him to fucking death or not. Like I don't know if he knew exactly what was about to happen. But I'm telling you, you see some shit like that go down, like it just shocks you. Like the kid, like I just said, the kid's saw some kid break his arm through the skin. So like in that like
That just
physically
happened
shocked
in
them.
real
Yeah.
time while we were podcasting.
Yeah. So like to see somebody get their head beat in with a baseball bat would be physically shocking to everyone. You saw Rick was just like the whole time. I loved how he did this thing with his eyes where he was just
He
constantly
was trying to figure it
like
out
looking
how to
around
process
and
all
just
of
like
it.
fucking process. You could see it going on. Like I said, he did I mean,
I believed every second of it.
beautiful job of his
Yeah.
acting, and he's just saying, "No, please, no." He was crying and fucking bubbling.
Yeah,
and all
the
that.
snot was pouring out of his nose.
And then he's raising the action.
I was tearing up at that
I
point
was
when he had to cut
fucking-
his
I was-
own kid's arm off.
Yeah, I had a lump in my throat. I was like grabbing my chest right here, like, oh my god, he's gonna have to do this. There's no other
Right.
way out of this. He has to do this, or everybody dies.
Right.
And somewhere in the back of my head, I went, or he'll stop him just as he goes to swing the axe.
Yeah,
Therefore, Dean
I
Morgan
didn't
will
think
stop
that.
him.
I was just like, it's gonna
But
happen.
to me, most of me was like, yeah, I was like, this show's not kind enough to pull that move,
Right.
And they did, which was like, unexpected in a way in and
Right.
of itself. But now that's the look I'm looking for.
Right.
Like that shit was genius, dude. It was awesome.
So Glenn, he also had to go. Basically, he didn't have to go at this
No,
point, but
but-
like it was inevitable because again, he's passed
I
on his
think
genetic
killing
material.
killing one of the season 1 people was like a
It had to
a
happen.
big deal right there. Yeah.
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 So now the shitty part is that Daryl is going to have to atone for the fact that he got Glenn killed. He's
I
whether
don't
it's
think
with
he knew
himself or
that-
with the group. He fucking knew it. He was right there at the end.
Yeah, but I know he knew it, but I don't know if he. I mean, I guess he just watched Abe get beat to death. So how
And
the fuck?
the guy fucking said the first one's has to happen.
Right.
Like no matter what, I have
Right.
to do that.
Right.
Anything after that,
Right.
like so he fucking did that. So I'm just thinking that's going to be a huge thing for Daryl to have
Yeah.
to deal with
Yeah.
and try to figure out how he feels about it.
Yeah, because that was one of the people they were stuck with. Like Daryl was up there with all of those people when Rick found him. Like that shit was. You know what I'm saying? Up on the top of the building.
Oh right. Yeah,
Or
that's
in the building.
In the
Was it on
building,
top of
yeah.
the building? Yeah. With Glenn, radioed him and shit.
Yeah.
Like Daryl was up there with him,
Right.
waiting for Merle or whatever.
Yeah, Merle ended
Or-
up getting handcuffed
yeah.
to the top of the
Yeah.
Fuck, it feels like such a different show from then.
It's insanely
Now,
different.
I will say this, I don't know how somebody can say they watched the first couple episodes and weren't intrigued by the scope of it. It was a cooler show at that point.
Well,
at
dude,
the very
I remember.
beginning,
I don't know why, but I remember watching the first episode
Mm-hmm.
and being like, oh, "Wow, that was pretty good." Like when my favorite scene from that was when he's under the tank and they're all coming at him, and he just kind of looks up and puts the gun to his head, and then he sees the opening, and he's like, "Oh!" And he reaches up, like that's a cool,
Right.
I like that. It was a cool scene, but. For
I
some
know,
reason, I
seeing
don't
in
know
the
why it
city and
lost me
stuff.
after that. Like,
Really?
I don't know why. Like, I don't understand why. And it was just like, kind of like, nah, no big deal. So I don't know why. I just didn't see it as a big deal. But then, I don't know, watching it through, it was, I don't know. Like I said, by season 4, I was completely.
I
in. And
like-
then after that, bought in 100%.
I sort of miss the world that we got to see in seasons 1 and 2.
I mean, there's a lot of bushes and fields.
Right.
Yeah.
I miss cities.
The
I
lapidation.
miss.
It's hard to do that.
I
though,
get
as
it.
far as like visually
Right.
on film. It's hard to have those big splash visual scenes on a television show and still have a budget when you're done.
I miss
get it.
that. We saw it a little bit in season 5 or 6. I can't remember which one. 5 with Beth. When they went into this hospital and stuff, we
Yeah.
got to see a little bit of the city
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And that's when we saw the plane go over that. I'm like, that's going to be a spinoff.
Right.
Or no, was that That was Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah,
Never
he was
mind.
walking
Sorry.
through the
Spinoff.
plane.
A
Yeah.
different spinoff. So even they did a web series too. That's
No,
what
that's
it
what-
was. Flight
No, the web series that I'm
462 or
speaking of
whatever.
right now is Fear the Walking Dead. It's not The Walking Dead.
No, I know, but that was a web series too.
Yes.
Flight 462 or whatever.
This is something else. But it's a Fear the Walking Dead web
Okay.
series. It's not The Walking Dead. It's Fear
Interesting.
the Walking Dead.
I'm interested. I'll check that out then. I'll go for anything more in this world. I don't know any other repercussions from what's happening right now. Any other
I
thoughts
mean,
going forward?
How do you talk Maggie out of not going to war? How do you talk?
Because to justify her being able to raise Glenn's child.
Right. Okay. So I guess that's how motherhood is how you.
Man,
talk
that
her
fucking
sense of her.
ends that scene with them all at the table eating and Glenn holding his
Oh,
son was
dude.
fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's just. I mean, oh
Right. In Alexandria, just
yeah, everything's good.
yeah,
and, yeah.
spaghetti and
So-
meatballs on the fucking table,
so,
lasagna.
Alexandria's gone.
No. The power dynamic now is you go back to
No,
Alexandria.
but Alexandria's gone. It was taken over by walkers. The walls are down.
What?
The church thing fell over.
They fixed that.
Did they?
You were so lost. What are you talking about? That happened, and they fought the fucking walkers off and took.
Oh,
it back.
that's right. Rick fucking
Yeah.
went batshit, and everybody else
they
came
started
out.
following. You're like blanking a whole part of the thing.
I
Then
was
they were back to
thinking-
living regularly in Alexandria.
Okay, what I was
Maggie
thinking
got
of was
sick.
that
They
fucking.
met up with Hilltop.
Gotcha.
All that happened since.
Sorry, I hate to be that
Yeah.
person that forgets the
You
show we're
just, like,
talking about,
you
but
just blanked there.
what I was thinking was when, what was the girl's name that he was kind of interested in? The blonde chick who had the kid,
Yeah.
Sam. That
They
ended up-
died in that attack.
I was thinking that was them leaving Alexandria. I forgot. Yeah,
You're
right.
They were
They
trying
did.
to get out at that point,
Right.
and then they locked themselves in a house. And Daryl did the thing where he lit the lake on fire, and they all went to the fire and stuff. And then they just went outside and went
Okay.
batshit. But yeah, Alexandria. Now what they're going to do is they're going to go back to Alexandria. I got to do this quickly. They're going to go back to Alexandria and continue on business as normal.
growing and growing.
And you're going to
crops
give
and-
Negan half of whatever you do.
Is that what it is?
That's
It's
what
half.
the deal is. You give me half of whatever you find. Whatever it is mine. You belong to me. Half of what you create.
But
or-
only half. I'm surprised it's only half. Honestly, I thought it would be
That's the deal.
90%. You know what I mean? Like he
That's-
seems like a kind of
It's the deal.
unreasonable.
No, but he doesn't seem that unreasonable.
But what does he want? I wonder what Negan's goal
He's
is.
power, man. People with that much power want more power, and to expand their reach. He's taking over the new world, basically.
Yeah, he's making a new world.
Right. See, now I'm curious to see this other settlement.
I want to see their compound. I want to see where they're at.
Who, Negan?
Yeah.
Oh, the main compound? I wonder what.
I don't
wonder
know.
If it's
I
like
wanna-
probably got something out of fucking.
That's what I was expecting. I really didn't like that they left them at the end. Because while that's cool that they get to go back and do their own thing,
No,
I really
see, now
thought we
you
were
don't think,
moving
Rick,
into
they're
a new world. I thought we were going, okay, we've got you now, you're part of us. Here's where you fit into our society. And that's what I was expecting.
But that's where they fit into their
I
society.
get it, yeah.
This is now like think about it like the game Risk. You ever
right?
play the game Risk?
No, but I kind of get the concept. You
It's
have
like
to take
different
over.
territories, and like he just used his army to take over the Alexandria territory, and now becomes part of his
Yeah. Right.
territory. You know, and whatever he said, whatever they create, whatever he wants, if he wants to come in and say now it's 60%, what are you going to do?
Right.
Stand
I
up
mean,
to
they
him?
should be able to survive on. I mean, it's weird because
Or you double your production
right. You just
to have what you normally had plus what you're supposed to give him.
I mean, I guess it's not the end of the world if you then get to carry on as it is,
well,
but it doesn't feel like that's the case.
well, not and you will not after he beat two of your best friends to death.
Right. And Rick is basically told you have no power.
Right.
He has been king shit for a long time, man. He's been king shit for a long fucking
Yeah.
time. Years.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, all the way back to Shane and I mean, I can't believe how much this show has evolved and how I want to start it over. Like, I almost want to go back and watch it and skip, like, season 3, but season 3 and 4 until they leave the prison. I was so fucking stoked for the prison stuff when I saw it at the end of season 2. I'm like, oh, that's going to be the shit. I heard about a character called the Governor, so I'm thinking, oh my God, he's going to be running the prison, and inside the prison, there's going to be this fully functional society.
Yeah.
Oh, I barely tapped my...
It's okay. It's not porcelain or statue.
Okay, whew, sorry. I fucking had a heart attack there. My beats per minute went up for sure.
Get it? It's okay.
Yeah, it definitely jumped. I thought there was going to be this whole like functioning thing in the prison, and then they were going to go there and try to get in, and then they were going to be stuck in there and have to try to fight their way out.
Yeah.
Like, but that storyline was a bummer in general. Like them just living there, fucking
Everybody
growing
getting
crops
sick.
and
like raising pigs and shit.
and
was
like,
weird.
oh, who's killing the rats and feeding them to the walkers?
Right.
I don't care. That's who. I didn't care about that stuff.
And
5, it
Carol-
really picked back up once they disposed of Terminus like that. Exactly the opposite of
yeah.
what I want for Negan. But at the time, it was refreshing. It was
Yeah.
like, fuck yes, this isn't going to be all season.
Right.
One episode, we're fucking in, we're fucking out.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
I'm petrified about where this goes, but at the same time, I'm almost relieved that we're done with the
I think
death.
we're gonna get a break of the like super pedal to the metal with this new society a little bit.
I think we're gonna get because
little bit of,
who
like,
haven't we seen? We haven't seen Morgan. We haven't seen
Carol.
Judith or Carol.
Well, Morgan and Carol were together.
Okay.
He found her at the end, and then the other guys found him.
What other guys?
The other guys, the guys from the Kingdom.
Is that what we're calling Negan's thing?
No.
Who's the fuck's...
You don't remember the preview? Watching
I'm
the preview?
sorry, dude,
King
you lost me.
Ezekiel with the tiger.
No, that doesn't sound familiar at all. I don't remember that. Maybe I didn't watch
We
that
sat
one.
and watched the preview together. There was a black.
I'm just
black dude with dreads
engrossed
with
in
the
this
tiger.
episode. No, I don't remember that at all. That's weird. I'll watch that after we're done
What
here.
the fuck, man?
Yeah, and I'm gonna end the show with this. Or I'm not.
Or he's gonna end it with the wrong thing.
Shut the fuck up.
This is how to watch TV.
Clearly, because whatever.
We have no
see you
idea
later.
what we're talking about.
All these memories in my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind. I'm still a secret lemonade drinker.